Have you ever noticed that people still talk about drone warfare like it's some scary movie from the future? The reality is simpler and much uglier. The future already arrived. Nobody sent a memo, and most people are still picturing a war of tanks and soldiers while the real fight has moved into the sky. Let me ask you this. If Ukraine is now opening up its massive library of real battlefield videos so companies can train their AI drones even faster, do you really think the AI war is coming, or has it already started and is now teaching itself how to get better? And if the Pentagon itself says cheap, expendable drones are the biggest change to the battlefield in a generation and is trying to get them into the hands of every squad, why do so many still think generals moving pieces on a map is the whole story? The battlefield no longer sleeps. Drones don't need rest, they don't need courage, and they don't get tired of being afraid. Once you fill the sky with them, war stops being a series of battles and becomes a constant crushing pressure. That's exactly what has happened. The war in Ukraine has become the world's biggest and most brutal laboratory, where cheap drones, AI brains, and mass production are all being tested in real time. In late 2023, President Zelensky announced a goal to produce 1 million FPV drones in 2024. By March 2026, Ukraine had launched a platform to give allies access to its battlefield data to help train autonomous systems even faster. This isn't a side story. This is the new heart of how wars are learned and fought. This is why the old way of talking about drone strikes is like calling a hurricane a little bit of rain. What we're seeing now is a sky that has become a permanent hunting ground. Small FPV drones, long-range attack drones, and spy drones are all connected, constantly looking for anything that moves. We've seen Russia launch huge attacks with hundreds of drones in a single night. We've also seen Ukraine use its own drones to strike deep inside Russia, with some reports suggesting AI helps guide them to their targets. This changes the entire math of war. It's like using a $500 toy car to destroy a multi-million-dollar tank. The equation is broken. The side that can learn faster and build faster starts to have an advantage. Every drone flight becomes a new lesson. Every successful hit becomes training for the next AI, and every failure is a bug to be fixed in the next software update. The war isn't just fought on the ground anymore, it's also fought in the code. The learning loop itself is flying 24/7, and America sees this happening. A 2025 Pentagon memo called Drones, the biggest battlefield innovation in a generation, demanding that cheap, expendable systems be pushed out to the entire force. The new Drone Dominance Program aims to get tens of thousands of these drones to combat units, admitting that the old way of building a few perfect, expensive weapons is over. Scale and speed are what matter now. This is where AI takes the problem and makes it truly frightening. The revolution isn't just more drones, it's how fast AI lets them think. Think of it like this. For decades, finding a target was like a slow, careful investigation. Now, AI systems like Project Maven can watch endless hours of drone video and scream, "Hey, look at that!" in a fraction of a second. The system doesn't pull the trigger, but it compresses the time it takes for a human to make a decision from hours down to minutes or even seconds. And this isn't a what-if scenario. Top US commanders have confirmed they use advanced AI tools to process huge amounts of information faster than an enemy can possibly react. The point isn't that a Terminator has come to life. The point is that the whole rhythm of war is now being set by the speed of a machine. This is where the idea of a flash war should worry you. Imagine two kids playing a video game, and they're both using cheat codes that make them move at lightning speed. They start fighting, and the fight is over before their parents in the next room even hear a sound. That's the danger. Conflicts could ignite and escalate in moments, driven by algorithms reacting to each other faster than any human can understand what's happening. The first sign of a world war might not be a declaration, it might be its automated execution. Then there's the swarm. The most terrifying thing isn't one smart drone. It's 1,000 cheap drones acting like a single mind, like a swarm of angry hornets. You can swap one or two, but the rest keep coming. They talk to each other, they adapt, they overwhelm. If a defense system shoots one down, the others instantly reroute and continue the attack. This is why the US military is so focused on expendable mass. They know that the winner may be the one who can flood the sky. The only way to fight a fast, smart swarm is with an even faster, smarter defense. This is how the real algorithmic arms race begins. A silent, invisible battle between competing codes, where the winner is decided by whose software can think and react the fastest. Now let's talk about the human part, because this is where everything starts to feel morally broken. For years, the safety promise was a human in the loop, a person who has to press the final button, but that idea is getting slippery. Now, we're moving to a human on the loop. What's the difference? It's the difference between driving a car and being in the passenger seat of a self-driving car that's going 200 miles per hour. Your asterisk there, asterisk, but can you really grab the wheel in time if something goes wrong? As war gets faster, the pressure to just trust the machine grows. That's why the UN Secretary General has described these kinds of autonomous weapons as morally repugnant and politically unacceptable, and has called for a legally binding treaty to ban them by 2026. The world is trying to write the rules for a technology that is already on the battlefield and getting smarter every day. And this controversy is already here. An investigation by Plus 972 magazine and local call alleged that the Israeli military used an AI system called Lavender, which identified as many as 37,000 people as potential targets. The reports, which are contested, raise serious questions about how much human oversight was involved. When you turn people into data points on a screen, you create a system where the moral weight of a decision starts to fade. So let me bring this all home. The 24/7 drone war is here because all the pieces are on the board. Ukraine has become a non-stop drone battlefield and a live training ground for AI. Russia is building drones on a massive scale. The Pentagon is racing to industrialize its own drone force. And AI is already compressing the timeline of war to a speed that humans can no longer truly control. None of this is in the future tense anymore. The ruthless truth is this: the danger isn't just that machines are coming to war. It's that war is being rebuilt around machine speed, machine endurance, and machine logic, while human ethics and diplomacy are still crawling along, thinking they have time to spare. They don't.